So Donald Trump was at the National Republican Congressional Committee, and he finally told us what these tariffs are actually about. Now he's actually telling us what they mean. Donald Trump goes on to talk about how the world is begging him for deals. Sir, please, please. He said they're kissing my ass. He claims they're kissing his ass for a deal. Watch.
Do much better than that this time, because this time I'm doing what I want to do with respect to the tariffs. I think we're going to do much better. And don't let some of these politicians go around saying, because I'm telling you, these countries are calling us up, kissing my ass. They are dying to make a deal. Please, please, sir, make a deal. I'll do anything. I'll do anything, sir. And then I'll see some rebel Republican, some guy that wants to grandstand, say, I think that Congress should take over negotiations. Let me tell you, you don't negotiate like I negotiate.
That's actually sad, but he's right. Most people would never negotiate like Donald Trump, which is sad because he's someone who's been incredibly financially successful somehow. Despite multiple bankruptcies, fraud, buffoonery, he's managed to somehow secure a fortune for himself outside of scamming MAGA in the name of God, putting his name on Bibles, etc., having people charge into the Capitol and die. We don't even really go into that. Donald Trump talks about how these countries are lining up and kissing his ass. I can assure you, the only countries lining up to kiss Trump's ass are extremely impoverished countries that need American. They need America to import their products. They need America to import their very cheap manufactured products or agricultural produce. I can guarantee you, the nations that really, really, really matter in the geopolitical scene, they're not backing down for, bro. This nigga Xi Jinping said the most Asian thing of all time. He said, we will fight any war to the end. I'm like, what? Yo, this nigga said, did you forget? Did you forget last time we had this beef, the last time we went toe to toe? Did you forget? I'm gonna remind your ass. Bro, Xi Jinping is not afraid of Donald Trump. He's not. Bro, there's not a planet in this universe where Xi Jinping wakes up stressing Donald. He's not studying Donald Trump, but it's not true. Trump wake up stressed about Xi Jinping for no other reason, probably because he's yellow. If we're being honest, Trump wake up stressed about Xi Jinping. All kind of slander, all kind of... He sits there and says they're lining up to kiss my ass. It's like... Stop the lying. Nigga, stop. Just stop. No one's lining up to kiss your ass. It's not true. It's not true. I just went to check. The Europeans said, it don't matter what you do. We're not getting rid of those tariffs. Suck hard. The Europeans, they ain't giving up. They said, nigga, play with us. The Chinese, you already know how Xi Jinping get down. The Canadians, it's a whole movement over there now to not buy American. At this point, they probably go to the store as a team, like, let's all not buy American, guys. Like, they probably go there as a whole unit, ready to have fun, TikToking, probably having fun, not buying American. All the people who really matter, who we really, really shouldn't be pissing off, bro, none of them have backed down. They're all like, we're all being tariffed at the same time. Somebody queue up at the same damn time by Future. At the same time, if you wanted to actually get up some kind of like mafioso kind of deal, you would actually single off one particular country and bully them into oblivion. Trump thinks he can hold the entire world at weapons point and get concessions. That's not possible. It doesn't matter if you got two knives in your hand. 8 billion niggas gonna jump you. They can't all jump you at the same time. It might have to take turns. They might have to, water break and whatever, but they will eventually jump you. You don't get your ass beat. Like, what are we talking about here? Why should Canada or the Europeans feel unsafe in this trade war knowing China's right there with them? Knowing all of the civilized world is with them. The Japanese, the Koreans, and the Chinese are now having meetings about tariffs. Now, they deny it because they're not stupid enough to self-snitch like Trump. They're not crazy enough. Yeah, Trump is basically like a gangster rapper, like a drill rapper. He can't help but tell you who he shot, when he shot them, what angle the camera was at, what time of day it was. He can't help himself. Them Asians, bro, they're not about to just sit there and just say, yeah, we're meeting up. Obviously, they're meeting about the tariffs. Coincidentally, South Korea, China, and Japan are having economic meetings for the first time, significant of this kind, since COVID. What's happening right now to the stock market and to the global economy that's similar to 2020? It's being hemmed up, it's being destroyed. Last time it was a pandemic. This time it's an idiot at the helm. I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Borgias on Netflix, but when Rodrigo Borgia wins the papacy, because he scammed his way, bought his way to the top, one of the cardinals said, we will see what a mitered ape can do, because the Pope apparently holds a mitre. So Trump is effectively a mitered ape. Like, we're trying to see, like, what can this animal do in this position of power? What can he get? What kind of destruction can he bring about? Now, ironically, Rodrigo's actually a competent statesman in the show. Trump is a fool from top to bottom and unbelievably selfish and chaotic and ignorant. And you get incidents like this where he's saying they're kissing my ass. People aren't going to be able to afford fucking groceries. And you're talking about imaginary people kissing your ass. Wake up, little nigga. Wake up. Donald, nobody cares about your imaginary friends kissing your ass. Literally nobody cares. Do you believe this shit? You believe anybody's kissing his ass? The nigga humiliated Zelensky and all the Europeans basically took one big gang picture with him. They might as well start throwing up gang. It was everybody was there all together at the same time. All the Europeans said, what? We're all on his side. Trump has managed to militarily and economically unite the entire world against the United States. And he thinks the world is he wants us to believe the world is begging him for mercy. You can't hold everyone at weapons point at one time. You're stupid. So dumb. So really dumb. For real. Like, he's just dumb. This is this isn't my president. This is not my president. Can we get like a figurine of Joe Biden to be president? Can we just elect a figurine of Biden? It doesn't even have to be real Biden. Real Biden's probably on its last leg. Can we get a figurine of Biden or a Kamala, like real Kamala? Can we get going? Like, bro, I voted for Kamala really thinking we were going to win. And now we have Trump talking about his imaginary friends kissing his ass. Oh my God. Bro, this nigga has our president has imaginary friends. As I've said many times before, whoever's writing this timeline, bro, you need to stop. Like, can you just stop? This is sick. Every day it's something new with this fool. Every day it's something new. And you know Trump is one of those champions of evil, like, you know, Hitler, Stalin, Mao, these kinds of characters. And you know conservatives bitch and moan when you compare him to these people, as if the only comparison is genocide. That's not the only comparison. Trump has that look. He has that signature look, right? Like Mussolini had the bald head. Hitler had the stash and the weird 1,000-yard stare. Trump has that signature look, right? The urine colored skin, the ridiculous hairdo, the golden hair when he's a gazillion years old. Like, dude, grow up. Like, he just has that. They all have a signature look. Like, you know, like, oh, you're here to do some shit you ain't supposed to do, aren't you? You're here to bring evil, aren't you? Trump has that look. He just does. I say all that to say, I don't want anybody, when this is all said and done, saying, how could this have happened? We didn't know. Why didn't people warn us? Because you know it's coming. You know conservative voters aren't going to wake up and say, I ain't gonna lie, y'all niggas were right. The only person I've seen admit that liberals were right is Nick Fuentes. And bro, do you know how low of a bar? The only person who said, yo, I ain't gonna lie, liberals were right, is Fuentes. And that's only for his own specific reasons, right? Trump basically finessed the far right out of a vote, and now he's not doing what they want. The only conservative who's admitted that maybe, just maybe, Trump is actually the person liberals claimed him to be is Nick Fuentes, Which begs the fucking question. What is it going to take for the average conservative to say, yo, I ain't gonna lie, we fucked up? Probably nothing. As I've said many times before, and I'll say it again, conservatives will in no way, shape, or form actually take accountability for electing Trump. They will wait until Trump's approval has sunken so low, or has sank so low, whatever the word might be. They'll wait until his approval is down in the gutter. They'll wait until everyone's so mad at him, they don't even care who voted for him anymore. And at that moment, and only that moment, will Trump supporters distance themselves from him. They will not apologize for electing him. They will not admit that he couldn't have done it without them. They will simply take advantage of the rage people feel toward Trump and try to make a way out for themselves. We cannot allow these people to drive. They can sit along for the ride, but they cannot drive. These people cannot be trusted, and the main excuse they're going to make when it's all said and done is, well, it wasn't really Trump that was the problem. It wasn't the Republican Party that was the problem. It wasn't conservatives that were the problem. It was Trump. That's what they're going to say. So get ready. They're going to blame it all on Donald when he couldn't have done it without them. Trump's favorite song needs to be Never Could Have Made It by Marvin Sapp. Because not only are we trapped in this country with Trump, he couldn't have made it without us. He never could have made it. It's just the facts. Between Biden not going hard enough, fool like NPC Americans voting conservative, you get Trump. But whatever. We're just going to have to learn the hard way per usual.